Hey guys, Jonas Farrell, John Farrell Real Estate, Lake of the Ozarks. Um, I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about condos and what goes into purchasing a condo. So, just this weekend, the last 2 days, Saturday, Sunday, today, I've been out with two different sets of clients showing them condos around the Lake of the Ozarks area. A very common question we receive when we're selling or showing condos is about the rules and regulations involved, assessments, how much are the assessments, what does it cover? Generally speaking, on the MLS, we do try to disclose what the assessments are for the condos that we have listed and what's all covered in those assessments. And we have a pretty good idea of what rules and regs are for the condo complexes. Most of them are pretty standard, pretty common. A lot of people ask about what are they allowed to do inside, outside, who's responsible for the maintenance of the windows. The decks is always a gray area. Who's responsible for maintaining the decks? If they're wood decks, staining them, replacing the wood, concrete decks, power washing them. And usually we've got a pretty good answer for it. But the important thing to keep in mind is when you're buying a condo in the state of Missouri, the seller is required to provide you with what is called a resale certificate. A resale certificate is generated by the association, the management of the association, and in that resale certificate, you will receive a copy of the bylaws for the complex, a copy of the rules and regulations for the complex. You can review the financials for the complex, what the budget is, where they are spending their money. Also, verification of what are the assessment fees for that particular condo that you are in the process of purchasing. What are the fees? What does that cover? What can you expect? And also, it's supposed to disclose if there are any upcoming or getting ready to be billed special assessments. That way you don't get taken by surprise by a condo and then 2 months later you get a big bill for a couple $1,000s for replacing a roof or something like that. So, um, generally speaking, we can get you copies of the rules and regulations in advance of making an offer on a property. However, that has to come from the seller of the condo. The homeowners association charges a fee to provide that resale certificate. They've got time, money invested in providing that information, so they charge a fee to the seller for it. Whenever I've called the association when I'm representing a buyer and request a copy of the resale certificate or the what would be in it, they all say the same thing. We don't provide that if it's not a sale because we charge for it. But the owner, if they have it with them, can provide it to you. So it's a good idea usually to get a review what those rules and regs are in advance of making the offer. But if the owner doesn't have it available, they do have to provide you and pay for that resale certificate so that you know what you're getting into. And you have the opportunity to review that and approve of it. If you don't like what you read, if there's going to be a problem with what your intended use of the complex is, then you can cancel your contract, get your earnest money back. So always remember, when you're buying a condo, state of Missouri, they will be providing you with a resale certificate so you can verify exactly what you're getting into. This is Jonas Farrell with John Farrell Real Estate, Lake of the Ozarks. Hope to see you around the lake sometime soon. Thank you.